Morning, FYI family. Welcome to our broadcast. Another day to have you folks on with us this morning. And Fatima, we see you there. Denzel Carmichael, we see you as well. Thanks for joining us this morning, each and every one of you. Hoping that you guys are seeing us clearly and you're hearing us clearly this morning. A very good morning to each and every one of you, wherever you wonderful folks are joining us from. Hope it's the beginning of a good day where you guys are this morning. A very good morning to all of you. It is Wednesday, the 4th day of December, believe it or not. We hope the garlic pork done pickle, the fruit set for the cake. You order the, depends what kind of pepper pot you're having, chicken, beef. It's a mix. Hope you order your things by now. You know, however things pan out economically, you still have to have some kind of what is the phrase? Semblance of a Christmas. Petal Thorn, Glenford Gordon, good to see all of you on the live this morning. Great to have you on the live today. Not a day out, folks, not a day in front, out front. Martin Thomas, Carolexis, Charmley, Richmond, we see you guys there. Welcome. Lennox Anderson, we see you as well. Sudhari Supchan, we see you there too, folks. Good morning. Jilly G, Brandon Thompson. I don't feel like doing anything else this morning. I just feel like I could just call names. Andrew Branch, Karen Archibald, Volme Wilson, Deborah Pearson. Just call the names for 45 minutes. Big up all you folks who've been with us. Folks, y'all committed to something here, you know. You know, we started the last year together. And here we are, still at it. 4th day of December. Still at it and going strong. That should count for something. Somewhere in this world, you should be able to get a cash grant for that. Somewhere in this world, y'all take 100,000 in your chest, man. Take 100,000 in your chest. Somewhere in this world, that should count for something. How was sung there? How was sung there? You know how we got these said. How we sung there? I had a friend serve with me at City Hall. My squaddy at City Hall. He used to say catch. Catch. K-T-C-H. The rest of us say, how I sung there? He said catch. You catch. Yep. Sudhari, Dolly, all the other folks joining us this morning. Cup of coffee here. On the tail end, washing down the cup here. Things can't say brown. Things can't say brown at all. Things could never say brown. We wouldn't have it. We wouldn't have it to be that way. Folks, thanks for joining us. Last week this week rather, my lord, it's so long. We made an appeal, trying to get myself together here. Persons to help us. And there's only one person step forward. I want to thank that person. I ain't calling names. I want to thank that person. I know some of y'all saying, we ain't get a cash grant yet. Help us out if you can. You know, I know some of y'all feel a little bad if you send a $5 or $10. We just share the link. You send a $5 or $10, but if 250 of you send $5, you see how it adds up and helps us out. If you can, we're not pressuring you. We're pressuring you. Alita Galloway, Sheena Hazel, Dolly, Gail, the folks who help us out, thank you. You all have helped keep us on air for the last year, and we don't want to be ungrateful. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I went around by Angela yesterday. Angela said, look, I put very bad. Let me put two things here for you. When I come home and open the bag, you know you want to open the bag around it. It's very sad. It's very sad. You want to open the bag in front of people. You got a little brought up spent. Came in and opened the bag. I saw a nice chap shirt. Folks, the shirt fit perfect, you know. There's one thing with people who, I want to say big people with experience. Sabina Jacobs, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Right? You know what I'm talking about. They could measure you up one time. Right? They could measure you up one time. Sort you out. He's an Excel. She says, he's a 42 now. Yes. Bigfoot is 11 now, 11 and a half. Kentucky nice. Right? 11 and a half, Kentucky nice. Came back, shirt sitting down perfect. It's like the people at Chaps. Chaps is a good brand. I learned about Chaps through the cologne. Fantastic cologne. Good brand. It's like the people sew the shirt on me. You know how Jilly G, girl, your specs helped me out. Jilly G sent me a pair of spectacles. Was it last year? Late last year, time like now, expecting another package. And I told you guys the other day, I was looking for my glasses, my prescription glasses. And I was exhausted searching, and I sat down and I found it. When I heard the clicks. Naomi, fire for you. Fire for you this morning. I hear clicks, glass found. Glasses found. Well, it's not glasses anymore. It's eyewear. My spectacles found. Because you know they don't actually make them with glasses, with glass anymore. So it's not glasses. Don't ever lie to yourself. It's not glasses. Your spectacles, your eyewear. Thanks for correcting me the other day. Or helping me out. And so Jilly G, if I remember correctly, sent me a pair, and other things. Sent me a pair. I keep one in the car, and I keep one home. I had to revert to the Prags. I had to revert to the Prags. But I wear them, you know. Revert to the Prags. So, 11 and a half, large. If the tiny large, you might gotta go XL. So, thank you, Angela. Angela said I put a card in it and thing there in the card. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Rihanna Mingo, good to see you. Folks, thanks for helping us out. Thanks. Last year, somebody sent me some tea bags. Folks, was it last year? Could be the year before. It was so much tea bags. We're still using tea bags from it. There was so much tea bags. You give away tea bags. I'm still using tea bags. Like it's every tea bag the US ever made. They send. You know? Every tea bag. I feel bad. You don't want to sell it. You know? You can export tea bags and you still got tea bags for the rest of your life. When people give you things you don't want to, you know, re-gift and all, they might give away some. You're gifting people. Hold a 40,000 tea bag, man. Manza. It really take a 20,000. I still got about 200,000 tea bags. Y'all know the guy, he's like with Prags. Answer put in a t-shirt there, nice chaps. You know, the tie I wore last evening. you know. Plus another one, Michael Kors tire, somebody else tire. Thank you. Right? I'll give you all this. I'll give you all this. Because of some of the technology we use, green screen and red screen and blue screen, green doesn't go well with it. And lots of the ties got a streak of green somewhere in it. And so you would see the green screen bleeding in. For instance, if I had on green now, you might see some of the background bleeding in. That's the term, bleeding into my shirt. So you stay away from green and certain other colors. You know how? For the production. So that being said, Amita Carol, good morning. Chevron, Trevor, Lily, all the folks that help us out. Thank you guys so much. You know, without Angela, I might be going tireless. Without Jilly G, groping in the dark, send me a lovely cologne as well. Thank you, Jilly G. I didn't forget you. I want you to know that. I didn't forget you. You know, people send you things, you even spread it, because you know you can't buy this thing for yourself. You know, fancy fragrance where you get it. Right? Fancy fragrance where you get it. You know, it's like you're using a kanchi bit. There you go. Taking that fragrance there. Right? My wife's aunt sent me a lovely one from the UK. I use the one rarely. You put on the one, there's a lot of confusion in this tongue, you know. Right? I pass the age of breaking up homes and so on. Break it up. No. I pass the age. I use it sparingly. You know, there are certain, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. You got certain fragrances when you use them. You need words. Right? You put on with it, and you just luxuriate in a little bit there. Marinate in that fragrance a little bit. Right? You cause a lot of damage in this life. A lot of damage in the life. Jilly G, I can send it in there. You don't worry. Get you fix up. Get you to fix your up. Folks, let's touch on a couple of things this morning. Let's touch on a couple of things. You know, it's the holiday season. We start you off light. Trying to find my bearings too. Start you off light. But thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Naomi says she want me like me when she grew up. Getting she prags. You can drink from the cup I drink from? All right. Bushmaster, Rowena Cummins, Marcia Jackman. How are you doing, Marcia? Good to have all of you all on the live this morning. You can drink from the cup. Folks, I am so amazed. 4 years we out here and loving it. 4 years and loving it. So 5 is the hardest, no? The first 5. The first 5, eh? Yep. I've learned the first 2 marriages is the hardest. The first 2 they're the hardest. You get past the first 2 marriages, you're good to go. Good to go. All right? Good to go. Tessa, Waveney, Valerie Clark, Don Sullivan. Who no? The first 5 or so. The first, let me see. The first, can I hear that? Yeah. Come in. Let me see. That's right. Yeah. Come in. Yeah. The first 5. For the season, take out the 1. The first 5. Got a couple things you want. Swing by y'all. Venezuela seems to be on the uptick a little bit. I don't know. When people come by here for spend time, because they're in a rough patch. When things clear up, they gotta go back, right? Now, sir? Right? When thing Some of you are a distraction in this program, you know. Some of you are a distraction. Right? The practice back. Just pass it. Finally. Yeah. So the first couple. Watch there. You see, let me see if we can bleed in. You see? The practice come in a nice bag too, you know. It was so thoughtful. See that? The practice come in a nice bag. See that? And then watch that. Some nice paper on the inside and so on. Fancy things. Fancy things. I bring it right. Nice, yeah. This is better. Prague's coming in a nice bag. You see that? Prague's bag. Hold on. We do full disclosure here. Watch. Another nice tie. This is last year I'll chest with this one. Thanks, Angela. This is Steve Harvey. Huh? I know some folks can vex with me now. You're packing your little made in China. You get vexed now. Steve Harvey. Thanks, Angela. And then Angela got me a nice, look at it. I tell you, the shorts sit down. You know, in this hot climate, you need things that are too thick and so on. Get it in nice there. Nice love chaps shirt and so on. Look story now. I know. Thank you so much. Lovely bag and so. Got some things now. Y'all think I was a nobody? I was somebody in this place. I said somebody in this place. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. It means a lot. It means a lot. You see, we are equal opportunity Prague's receiver. Right? Tessa, I see you there. Tessa, I'm trying to understand. Help me. I need clarity, Tessa. All the other folks joining us. A couple of things. You got a little uptick in Venezuela. Like things. So they're producing more oil, exporting more oil certainly now, 1 million barrels a day. You know, things that's went down. So when things start looking up, you gotta go back home now, right? You know? You ever get people come for a weekend 6 months later? They come for a weekend. I had it happen to me a couple of times, you know. You know? Had happened to me a couple of times. 1 weekend, 2 weekend. Next thing you know, Don Sullivan is a living situation. Just like that, you know. When things pick up back. You know we do this Guyanese. You don't want to turn away people. Sometimes you come, people get a little breakfast, the food tastes nice. People say, okay, I can get used to this. Next weekend they come, they walk with the clothes for Monday to go to work. You know how it is. 3 years later, you say, it's a long weekend. 3 years later. Now, so it's no, you know, people come, stay a weekend, they left a pony. Right? Next thing you know, it's a short. 3 years later, you got to charge them now back rent. Back rent. So, things apparently looking up in Venezuela. Before we get there though, they're telling us France and Guyana, we're set to strengthen ties. Getting some military cooperation with France. That's good. Anybody who helping us, you know, other countries who are able to assist. We like the Pragues. I can tell you all. So we're strengthening military ties they tell us in technology, right? Technology, defense, and some drone training. some drone training. That's coming through. Thank you, France. Thank you, France. You know, we got Guyanese all over the world. Got some colleagues living in the people country. And they say, you know, people make a big thing about the city of love. So you got to get outside. To see the real beauty of France, you got to get outside. The word city of love and all that. You get outside that city, then you're going to see how beautiful France is. You know? But I can't come without an invitation, eh? I can't come without an invitation. Can't come without an invitation. We don't do it like that. And as we started, Venezuela said they're exporting now 1 million barrels per day. And they're selling some of this to Asia, which is help fueling this uptick. But as we know all too acutely here, is one thing to be producing oil. Standard of living don't improve based on how much barrels you're producing a day because we pump in plenty. Right? And from our pumping, we're producing a lot of things. Right? When you break the valve, a lot of things come out. But I mean, it's nice time. We're producing a lot of barrels. Look at the opposition had to abuse them, carry on, corner them before you're getting this little drizzle here. This 100K cash grant. There's not a lot you could do with that. And we come into that just now. So the exports improving. Let's hope the life of our Venezuelan brothers and sisters also can improve. And then they're telling us the budget. Venezuelans are going to see an 11% increase in budgetary allocations. Some of that going to go to alleviating the high cost of living. Remains to be seen. But we wish our Venezuelan brothers and sisters well. We wish them well. I was listening quite recently reading quite recently, Sabbath News account of what's happening at Ruby. We got to go there. I'm going to take the cameras there. Region 3, where the Venezuelans have almost been abandoned by the government, who say, they're accommodating them on humanitarian grounds and all of that. Sabbath News said our Venezuelan brothers and sisters living there in squalor. One of the kids drowned recently. A place called Ruby in Region 3. Valencia girl again my things. And he's a boy with my things. So we watching that budget going up. Is that going to impact this small man? Is that going to... We know we got big budget. $1 trillion budget. But lives have not been improved for the many, for the few. See, ministers just come to government. Some of them claim, they were managing big businesses, but they didn't build big house then. Massive spreads. People have now. Massive. Right? Massive spreads. And then you see, we come locally now. Some folks have been harping that we already got biometrics. Well, you're talking to the, you're preaching to the choir. We already use biometrics. So we need biometrics. What we've been arguing for is advanced biometrics that offers the system, our election system, more integrity, a greater level and degree of integrity, I see some people writing, oh, the manual system have served us well. Don't let me move away from it. This is like saying, you remember when we had GNCB? I don't know if any other bank does it. I think when you open like a kid's account, you had your bank book, literal bank book. You had to give to the teller backs through some files, pull up something like a library card, mark something here, mark something there, go upstairs, come back, go over, so come wrong. That worked as well in the past too, but I got something named progress. If you could go in a boot, put your finger on a machine, choose your symbol next to your party of choice, bap, you're out. Election ends at 6 in the evening. By 10, right? APNU AFC wins election. You know the result. And then you begin the transition. We got to come away from this nonsense. Soon as you hear a declaration, you have to hustle. Quick and swearing, quick. We advancing or we can stay behind? We advancing or we moving forward? You have to hustle, quick. You can't even do the thing properly. It can't be a national celebration. Hustle and swearing, quick. And then there's no transition. Come on, man. Same way. These things served us well in the past. But what we got for show for progress for 50 years, we didn't learn nothing. We want to advance biometrics. Please and thank you. Advance for efficiency, reliability, security, greater security. Got to stop writing a pack of nonsense in the papers all the time. This is what the latest letter writer, you see, latest letter writer advancing. We already got biometrics, so don't bother. Right? Some silly Neil Kumar. Biometrics are already part of the election process, but at a limited level. Give us that. Moving on from there. Reports this morning, the Procurement Commission salary budget gone up by 115 million. You see, when you're hiring friends, family, and favorites, $115 million. Yeah. That's where your capital expenditure gone up. Friends, family, and favorites. If a person can do one task, they split up into 5, bringing people. We got some trouble here because we got to unlearn a lot of things, relearn and learn. You see, this age of artificial intelligence, AI, I try to read as much as possible, consume as much as possible on artificial intelligence. We better start reskilling ourselves, because you see, this thing, you have to pay somebody to be in a back room whole day, you know, licking an envelope and putting a stamp on it, licking the stamp, and then those kinds of jobs be a thing of the past. And see, that's the problem that this government got right now. You see, because to produce sugar competitively, for instance, they know they have to mechanize. Now, when you mechanize, right, you get machines could do the raking, the hoeing, the sowing, the planting, the reaping. You need fewer workers. What are you going to do? Keep producing sugar 30 cents, but it's selling for 10 cents? You work in a charity. That's Gaisuko charity. Right? You providing a subsidy for the rest of the world. So that's what happening here. The secretary got to work. They're bringing now an assistant secretary, an assistant to the assistant. Right? The water boy got assistant. Friends, family, favorites. Cash grant sharing. We told you guys it started in Region 9 yesterday at the Tabachinga Sports Complex in Letem. You know, they're in the region, Region 9, you know, satellite villages, communities, finding out they see some work done there at Napi and other places for the cash grant. You know, I like Sabbath News. I like Sabbath News. Sabbath News took the comments of some folks. Right? I thought I'd hear them putting on a mala on the PPP. I thought I'd hear that. But one person says, I'm 90 years old. The rising cost of living, this is Starbucks News I'm quoting. I want you all say, look, it's the propaganda from New Nation or the Key. Even though both party newspapers, valid and credible, factual. And so it's political, it's propaganda. 90, this person says, and the rising cost of living makes the 100,000 feel like nothing. You know, we say that, you say you're ungrateful, you want to take bread out of the guy, this is your mouth. That's not us. Starbucks News asked somebody on the ground in Tabachinga, say I'm 90. You know, I am, as an aside, I love our indigenous people age. I don't know if it's the climate, is it less stress, less politics, less. But those people could be 80, 90 and strong, you know. Agile and nimble. 90. Cost of living. Rising cost of living makes this 100,000 feel like nothing. Right? Listen to this. I want to show you maybe there. One young man told Sabbath News, right, I'm thinking about buying pigs to start a small business. That's a good idea. I'm thinking about buying pigs to start a small business, even though I have a 9-to-5 job. Having an extra income in these times is necessary. In the times of Irfan Ali, in the times of Bar Jagdeo, in the times of Ashley Singh, Anil Nandalal, in these times, it is necessary. So you got a 9-to-5. And he has made a determination. I got to now use my rest time to be effective in that 9-to-5 and rear pigs to make it in the oil producing republic, the cooperative oil producing republic. I know Jack Newgan, any 100-room mansion reading this. and say, "Well, praise them, man. These people, and thank you, we. Me here, thank you, Bar Jagdio." You can see some of that. And see them gonna run out now. The room with the news, with the tainted journalism, they're gonna run out and right. Gotta get in the accolades here now. People said things tough. Saw the Prime Minister on the ground in Region 9, Latem. He's spearheading this initiative. You know, in them action movie, who's gonna kill first, eh? Who is the one that's get out first? Is that how send me out? Is that how send me out? So himself and the Honorable Minister of Local Government, Regional Development, gone there. Let me just be clear. We're not wishing any harm to the Prime Minister, because I know some of y'all get twisted. It's just very odd that Irfan leading frontally, Jagdion leading frontally. If you didn't want to name Kangi card, Rubber Stamp Tech one. He out front. Now, I just want to show you something. From Georgetown to Latem is $85,000. Right? From Georgetown to Latem. When you go there, Naomi, Waveney, Dolly, you can't just stand up on this. You gotta get a snack. Even if you're staying for the day, you gotta refresh yourself somewhere. A reasonable hotel in Latem could run you $16,000 a night. I ain't telling you with jacuzzi and Spanish girls and all of that. A reasonable hotel could run you $16,000. $85,000 is the flight. And they ain't going on no commercial plane. They can go on charter flight. That charter flight might run you $700,000, $800,000. You see how we wasting money? So that the Prime Minister will go and people could put on a mala. Say, thank you. Thank you. So in the paragraph fly up. This is how we backward. And then they got to carry police people and so on. I see Ayindi say, I'm looking forward to it. Yes, go and collect your money. It's you own. It's you own. But this entourage alone can spend $2 million just for the photo ops. That is money that could go in so many things to improve the lives of Guyanese. But they got to get a photo up. So you add the cost of the flight, meals, accommodation, ground transportation. Because you got to get photo ops, got to get it in. But still, a lot of confusion as to what's really happening here. You know, registration has started in the city, pensioners, public servants, getting registered at the place of employment. But that's good. Go out and collect the money. It's your money. But as I see lots of you guys are saying, $500 in nothing. I know IND there even further than Latem. From Georgetown to Tiger Pond is more than $100,000. From Georgetown to Karasibai, it's more than 100,000. Right? So that's one way home. If I indeed come to town, that's one way home. Done. And he buy a snack. And he can't overnight and let them. One way home. See? Them boys living large off of we. You get in a little trickle. Look how Suriname exposed we. Suriname, I'm pumping oil yet. They're just preparing to pump. People excited. The folks know how much they're getting, where they're getting it, how they're getting it. Plus interest. Plus interest. And we still here dilly-dallying, shilly-shallying. Let's touch on some other things as we wrap up, folks. Hold you guys another 5 minutes or so, and then we're gone. Right? Naomi says she's planning her Guyana trip around she money. Come for money, girl. Come for your money. It's your money. Well, I don't know what's the direction for the overseas folks. I hear they might be registering you all through the your high commissions and your embassies and so on. So listen out for that. Or sometimes who know. Once you done registering folks in Queens already. We just don't know. We just don't know. But go out there, folks, get registered, collect your money. You know, if you don't have anything to do with it, we could think of a couple things, you see. We gotta keep going at least for another 4 or 5 years. In office, out of office, rain or shine. We could think of a couple of things. But that being said, folks, let's bring it down now. Let's come in for London. Touch on a couple of other issues. See that cash grant story there? Bigger houses gonna build. More expensive vehicles gonna be bought. Trouble. Somebody wake up with a brainwave. Somebody wake up with a brainwave. Say we gonna airstrip by the New River. So we saw Foreign Minister Todd met with his Surinamese counterpart to lay over plans. Right? To lay over plans. I can tell you this. The Surinamese don't like it. The Surinamese don't like it. That's the short of it. So recently, Todd and his Surinamese counterpart had this meeting. And he was updating the Surinamese ambassador on our plans for the New River Triangle. Right? On the premise that as a country, we have a responsibility to deliver all types of services to our Guyanese, whether they're central or they're on our borders. Whether or not. So we met with Lizelle Blackendale, the Surinamese ambassador, and outlined our position. Right? Outlined our position. The Surinamese are protesting officially. They're protesting officially. Right? I learned early in my political life, you can't fight a battle on all fronts. We're not in the woods yet with our Venezuelan brothers and sisters. Well, we don't have an issue with the people of Venezuela per se. It's this mad dog leadership of Maduro and their claims to our territory
Only them small things. The Suriname say, we can't fight a war on all fronts. We got to pick a struggle and hold it down there a little bit. Hold down there a little bit. So the Suriname say, hold on. Suriname say, wait a minute. They don't like the idea, and so they have lots of protest note. Same breaks up. Wheel and come again. Somebody decide we gotta put a airstrip by the new river. We gotta put a airstrip there. To wrap up, folks, we're following that. A couple other things we're looking at this morning. Couple other things. I see this talk of, I think we alluded to it the other morning on our broadcast here. A private tourist company says they want to refine a tourism package to Jonestown. They want to refine a tourist package. Personally, I got no faults with that, honestly. Jonestown is part of our history. Some folks only know about Guyana through Jonestown. And there's some commentary coming in the press this morning that we got to come away from the stigma of Jonestown, and so you shouldn't develop a tourism package. Nonsense. All that is part of our history, whether we like it or not. We're not celebrating what happened at Jonestown, but it's part of our history. And if people want to come here and learn about Jonestown, why not? If you want to take your kids, your grandkids, to show them part of our history, this is what happened here. I didn't bring Jim Jones. I didn't tell you get the people Kool-Aid. But that is part of our history. And not doing anything with that real estate. Right? Allowing the jungle to overtake it. Ain't gonna erase what happened at Jonestown. I many years ago I thought the same thing. Why not? You're not gonna celebrate Jim Jones and the massacre there, the mass suicide there, or anything like that. But that is part of our history. The PPP has prevailed over a lot of terrible things in this country. And PPP folks might say the same thing about our stewardship. Right? But it means that when you pass in the page of the book, you just flip the whole chapter because you're ashamed. We had a mile of falls to deal with because we're ashamed we had the Skeleton Sugar Factory. You're ashamed they wrap up the Enmore packaging plant and they can't put it down yet. At Rose Hall or Blairmont. We got to confront these things, confront it. You're ashamed people give a lot of people Kool-Aid for drink time. Political Kool-Aid. This part of history. And no wishing it away. So you vex because when you go and you say you're from Guyana and people say, oh, Jim Jones, you vex. So don't do nothing with the real estate. They give me the piece of land now, I take it and make something. You try that. You try that. So a couple of folks up in arms. No, it's nonsense. Making a tourist attraction. Build it and people will come. Build it and people will come. You could go to, I've been told, Robben Island in South Africa, where they incarcerated Mandela. It's a museum and tourist attraction now. Why remind anybody what happened with apartheid? That's a stain on the history of this world. Why remind anybody where Nelson Mandela was incarcerated for 28 years of his life? That's part of South African history. You can go to where the Nazis had the concentration camp. Dastardly period in our history. As a world, you can go to where the slaves left Africa, the point of no return. All that is part of history. You see, but y'all can go visit them same places. Them same people writing these articles. Don't go and visit Auschwitz or whatever the place name, where Hitler did his dastardly, beastly, inhumane acts. Y'all go and visit there. They say, wow, man, look at the people preserve this place nicely. You don't go and stand up in the gas chambers and take out photographs. People don't say you must go and develop Jonestown. Nobody's going to celebrate that. But to God, that's part of history. I remember the first time I went down south by Margaret's side. Margaret was a church where you said, girl, where they killed. Ma went and sit down in a prayer service, a Bible study. That's some sick people, you know. Sit down in a Bible study. When the people finish, kill everybody. What's the name of the church? Down south. AME Zion, is that the name of the church? AME something? Y'all remind me. What's the name of the place? Young white American mountain sit down. Listen to the Bible study, ask questions. And when the Bible study finished, massacre everybody in there. Mother Emmanuel Baptist Church. My aunt on the life, she carried me. North Carolina. I remember standing up in front of that church. I'm talking about it now. Hairs on my skin, my pores raising up. It was such an eerie feeling. You knew instinctively something went down here. People just come and stand up, close their eyes, whisper prayer. God. Some y'all said, pull on the whole building, bury it. I don't remember it anymore. Why Americans remember 911? 3,000 lives. Americans build a monument there, boy. Americans build a monument to honor the dead. You telling me we can't do that with Jonestown? We didn't bring them people. Right? They came, we had land, we said, okay, y'all look like y'all know what y'all doing. We didn't get into the minor Jim Jones and know what you can do. We got people right here selling weed. Right here giving we Kool-Aid right now. I'm certain if y'all know the Kool-Aid coming down the line that we've gotten currently, some of y'all didn't vote PPP. But shame. Some of y'all too shame for talk. Too shame. Kool-Aid. So the people want to develop, I would go. That tourism company that developing that package, take one. I would go. That's part of our history. I would go on that tour to Jonestown. Give me a break. If you don't want to go, you don't sign up. You don't want to go Auschwitz, don't go. You don't want to go Robben Island, don't go. You don't want to go to the point of no return, don't go. I remember my aunt took me to a place in Antigua. What is called that spot? Where you used to throw the slaves off. Even they got an eerie feeling. So the slaves who fed up with slavery used to go there and commit suicide. What's the name of the place? Elizabeth, what's the name of the place? You know what I'm gonna don't go. Devil's Bridge. Chisel Chipper, quick on it. Sheila by Chell, quick on it. Devil's Bridge. Slaves used to go there and commit suicide or used to throw them over. One of the two. Devil's Bridge. Thanks, Elizabeth. Devil's Bridge. Right? When they sign up the tour, you say, I ain't going Devil's Bridge. We shouldn't remember slavery. You go Devil's Bridge, you got the whole... Look. What's the name of the... When you go in the other direction from Devil's Bridge, you go a little more up, there's a cafe looking over a cliff. I stood there at night and see our Caucasian brothers and sisters dancing on the edge of this cliff. I said, look, man, this here. What the devil is this here now? There's a sheer drop from that cliff. Tourism. You can making the money. You try with her. Right? You think they can just wish money into the government coffers? Lovely cafe. Literally on the side of this cliff. People winding up and dancing up and carrying on. I look at this thing and say, Shirley's Heights. Thanks, Elizabeth. Shirley's Heights. I look at this thing and I say, what? People at the edge of this cliff at Shirley's Heights carrying on. You can tell them people don't. You know, slaves used to be here. You know, they kill a lot of slaves here. Y'all don't come. Devil's Bridge. People want to build a thing using their own money and so on. I don't see no objection to that. People writing vehemently in the press. All the atrocities the people y'all can write about is Jonestown concerning y'all. Jonestown bothering some people. A lot of foolishness. Like the people using their money. I'd love to go. If they do something with Jonestown, I gone there. Maria said Caucasians are different. Husband tapping says Shirley's Heights. You see, I know a couple places. You know another place that fascinated me? Seeing it up close and personal in Antigua, English Harbor. English. You ain't got to travel a little bit, man. You just walking dead in this country. Yeah? You just got your 100,000. You know, you're buying the chauffeurs. Ginkgo biloba. What's what? I was trying to recall a conversation to my wife I was in the other day. Somebody tell me a course of Ozempic is 200,000. So you can say, all right, I got slim down now. I can take half. 200,000. 6 tablets or something like that. And that's just one portion. One portion. I saw a photograph. I want to call names. I want getting problems unnecessarily. I saw a lady took out a photograph with earphone. Honest to God. I said, who's this lady and these two children with earphone here? Honest to. If I lie, God check madam. At the opening of the thing the other night, the Christmas village, I said, who's this lady and these two children with earphone? Will I look good? I saw a tall woman. And then I saw like 2 children next to earphone. I said, what's this two children? This lady. You know? I fast like that. When I look good, 200,000 I hear is the first serving, is your first course for the Ozempic. And if you got to do that every 6 weeks or something like that, you see this 100,000 drop in the bucket. Drop in the bucket. But that is it. That is it. ANU got new leadership. A new and United Guyana, see Freddie catching a fit. But the new leadership in ANU, Dr. Mark France is the new leader of the party. He has a team of persons and they're saying they want Asher out. They want Asher out. Ghana Trade Unions Congress had a a rather substantive press conference yesterday. They said they want to see a more vibrant and militant opposition. Okay. Okie dokes. And then they wondering, I saw Starbuck News did an article, pondering and musing. Some policemen were fingered in a kidnapping. I think they were on, what they said, the policemen, they're interdicted from duty. Something of that sort. But Starbuck News said we ain't seen them pass through the courts. What's happening? Right? Starbuck News said we're not seeing these cops. What's going on? Different strokes for different folks. 7 weeks have passed since 2 members of the Ghana police force were expected to face charges related to the abduction of Kevin Footcow. Right. Yet there have been no movement on this front. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong for some reason. It's in my head. Footcow. Yeah. So you say we ain't seeing them. Different strokes, different folks. Several weeks. It's 1 year we're waiting on the black box. Nothing should surprise us in this country. Nothing should surprise us in this country. So when you say we're looking. Looked up the road and wondered how far we went. Some of the things we're following this morning, folks. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you guys back in the next one. Neon Harding, Vanessa De Silva, Edward Brooms, Elizabeth Narine, see you on the light this morning. Denny Champagne, Wenda, and thanks for the things, Angela. Right? What foot size is 11 and a half, short size, large. If it's American, Chinese, you might gotta go XL. Folks, thank you guys so much. I've had a fantastic year. A couple of setbacks. Won't diminish that. I had a fantastic year because you guys have been here with us. 4th day of December, folks. 4th day of December, we're heading down to the line. Naomi says she write the sizes down. Thank you so much. The pants waist, 34, 35, 36. At the higher end, shoe size 11 and a half, going on 12. All right, that's going to do it for us at this end, folks. That's our time. That's our program. Stay safe, folks. Y'all have a fantastic day. Stay safe. Good to have all of you folks on the live this morning. Marcia Agard, Gwen Anderson, Ingrid Crawford, Candy Nelina Inderjeet, Candy Girl, make sure you get registered. Collect your thing. Get registered. Diane Abrams, Maxine Monroe, you make sure you get registered and collect your money. Brennan, Net Basket, right? Net Basket, Wenda. You have a fantastic day, folks. That's our 10, that's our program. Thanks for joining us.